Let's talk lentil wraps. Did you know lentils are considered a superfood? And did you know that lentils also give you an immense amount of energy and fiber? So today we're going to work with lentils and make these wonderful wrap / tortillas. As you can see here, I have played around with some herbs as well just to mix up the flavor a little bit. In this recipe, we are using no gluten or no dairy, and there are only 2 ingredients. So let's go get started. We are going to start off with 1 cup of whole red lentils. Now we need to wash these because there's a lot of debris and dirt in there. It does take several times to wash these until we reach our clear water. But here they are, all clean, and the water is clear as well. And now we will take them over onto the blender where we will mix them up. And now we will start blending. After pouring in the jar, I will put the lid on and I will put it into the refrigerator and let it soak overnight. So that way in the morning I can start making my red lentil wraps. The first thing we're going to do is warm up our pan so that way the red lentil wrap tortilla does not stick. So once it feels like it's warm, then go ahead and get started. We are going to start off with a 4th cup of the red lentil mix so you can see the size. I'm just going to pour it right in there. And then we'll swirl it around just a little bit. So a 1/4 is a smaller size, as you can see. But I like this size. It works out great for soup or just as a side little snack. So now we're going to let that sit for 1 to 2 minutes. Just kind of gauge it. You'll see around the corners starting to get dry. And that's when we'll flip it over. The next one I'm going to make is 1/2 cup of the mix. Sizzles right in there. And for this one, I want to add some herbs. I'm picking cilantro in this particular one. It's important to continue mixing your batter as you're waiting. So just keep on checking it. For this one, I picked basil. This one I'm going to try with some mint. So here we go. We have the one we just made, which is our mint, and then we have our basil, and we have our cilantro, and our smaller one, which I like to have on hand to dip into soups. So I'll continue making a couple more, and then we'll taste them. I always like to keep them in the towel as I'm continuing to cook. Okay, so out of the 2 cups that we soaked overnight, we came up with 3 small ones, about 1/4 of a cup, and we have 3 bigger ones, which are 1/2 a cup. We have cilantro that I mixed in there, some basil, and some mint. It is now time to taste, which is my favorite part. I'm gonna grab the one that I added the cilantro to. I'm just gonna dip it into a little bit of hummus. Oh boy. The texture is wonderful and the flavor. I'm glad I added garlic powder to the batter. Tastes really good. Those wraps were delicious. Now I do have 2 recipes that you can grab. Cannellini spread as well as a garbanzo spread that you'll definitely want to put inside of your wraps. Thank you for joining me today in my kitchen, and I will see you in the next video, which are spinach wraps.